So I know you're replacing a lot this year, but what have you seen so far from the seniors and the upperclassmen?
Yeah, really exciting start to the year. Graduating 10 seniors last year, 7 of which spent time on the mound, and having to replace a lot of key people and a lot of all-state players. This group unfinished business when we left the regional game last year, and they've lived up to it. Work hard each and every day, and so far we like the results.
Now, making it that far, I'm sure that motivates you as a coach and it motivates them as players. Is there anything you learned from last year that you've applied to this year?
Yeah, I think just all of those details to baseball. Making sure we refine the bunt coverages and pickoffs and first and third offense and defense, and just those little things that certainly come back to bite you the further you go in the postseason. And I remember the bus trip, or the kids walking back to the bus after a 1-0 defeat in regionals, and the group that you just talked with just said, "Coach, unfinished business. This isn't happening next year." And so far, so good through 13 games.
Now, I know it's probably easy for you as a coach to coach a bunch of motivated players like that. Is this probably the most motivated group you've had?
I've done this a long time, so there's been a lot of great groups that we've had go through here, but last year's loss has stuck with these kids differently than maybe some of the teams previously. So I think there's an eagerness for this team to show their true colors and perform well. And like I said, we've got a tough stretch of games coming, but I'd say so far so good.
Now, who are some of your key players this year that you've been pretty pleased with so far?
Yeah, really up and down the lineup. I know you mentioned Zach. Zach Butters was second team All-State, undefeated on the mound last year, and just ended a streak of 43 consecutive shutout innings on the mound over 2 years. And him and Jacob Wilson, kind of a 1A and 1B on the mound. And offensively, Zach and Seth Dygert and Kyle Compton and Angelo Lerma, and we've hit it pretty well, and we pick it up pretty well.
Now, what's the team strength this year?
I think just the attitude of just getting after it, and practicing hard, and being dirt balls, and we pitch it pretty well. We play defense pretty well. I still think there's a little more upside to our offense, and hopefully we'll come with the weather warming up. But we've found a secret ingredient, and the kids have bought into what we're selling here.
Now, is there an origin story behind the dirt ball thing or the swamp thing?
The swamp there out back of our dugout, it's kind of not attractive to look at. So a lot of our balls get dumped in there, foul balls, and so the kids will come back often with mud on their hands and pants from chasing foul balls. And it's kind of just stuck with our identity of practicing that way and not leaving practice with the clean uniform.
And what's kind of the goal for, I know they mentioned a state title. Is that something you think is pretty reasonable?
Yeah. I'm always from the mindset that we think we're good enough to win every game. We're smart enough to know that most teams don't. But we want to win every game, and that includes a trip to East Lansing. So we know there's a lot of work ahead. But we'll see this team's driven, hopefully make a Final Four appearance.
What would it mean to you as a coach to win a state title for a community like this?
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to win a couple back in 2004 and 2006, and I got a chance to experience that, and it was quite an emotional lift for a community and a school district for sure. And to go back and do that again with a new group of kids would be a lot of fun.